All right, let's dive right into this. Welcome to This Explainer, where we take complex financial and technological shifts and break them down so they actually make sense. Today, we're looking at something absolutely monumental. The U.S. Senate Banking Committee just held a vote, and well, while it might not be screaming across every mainstream headline right now, it is a literal tectonic shift for global finance. We're talking about the Clarity Act. If you want to understand the future of institutional capital, you absolutely have to pay attention to what this legislation actually does. Because honestly, it's not just some minor compliance rule, not at all. It is a complete, ground-up redefinition of the global financial architecture, and it impacts absolutely every single player in both traditional and digital markets today.
Listen to this quote from our source material. Financial history is being written right now in silence. I want you to really let that sink in for a second. This isn't just internet hype. This is structural reality. This silent vote fundamentally changes the rules of the game. But to truly grasp the sheer magnitude of this event, we have to look backward for just a moment to see what exactly was holding everything up.
Section 1. The systemic blockage. The wall keeping traditional finance out.
You know, we often think that traditional finance is just, slow to adapt. But the reality is much more complex and honestly way more frustrating for the institutions involved. Just look at the stark contrast here. On side A, you've got colossal, almost unimaginable demand. For years now, major banks, massive investment funds, and wealth managers have desperately wanted to enter the crypto space. They aren't blind. They've perfectly understood the incredible technological value of blockchain and digital assets. But then, look at side B. Standing right in front of them was a massive wall of extreme legal risk. It wasn't a lack of capital or a lack of desire keeping them out. It was the fact that there was zero clear legal framework. No strict rules for auditing, and literally no protections for their billions or even trillions of dollars in liquidity. The legal risk of facing regulators was just way too extreme for these massive entities to expose themselves publicly. They were completely trapped.
Moving on to Section 2. The impact of the Clarity Act. The earthquake that shattered the wall. This historic vote, it's the earthquake that just completely pulverized that blockage. All of that institutional hesitation vanished the exact moment this text advanced. The legal fog is lifted, bringing definitive, undeniable regulatory certainty to the market. Let's look at exactly how it does this, because the surgical precision of this legislation is absolutely crucial. First, it establishes without the slightest ambiguity who regulates what. The jurisdictions of the SEC and the CFTC are now formally delimited, so no more guessing games. We now have rules with surgical precision for the custody of digital assets. We have inflexible, rigorous standards for listing. And perhaps most importantly, there is now a formal regulatory framework detailing exactly how these digital assets integrate directly into the classic banking system. The hesitation is gone, guys, because the legal blueprint is finally here.